Hello, and welcome to the Land of 10,000 Streams Radio. We are getting excited for the big festival starting tomorrow and going through Sunday, and featuring a whole host of great Minnesota talent of all genres of music streaming. So bringing Minnesota music to a global audience. We're really excited about it. My name is Mother Banjo. I am performing on Sunday, and in another hat, I also host um, a weekly series on Facebook called the Back Catalog Listening Party with my friend Anthony Ehrig, and we talk to different musicians about their back catalog, so their older stuff. And we have a musical happy hour, and that's every Friday at 4 on Facebook. And then I also host a radio show every Tuesday on KFAI Community Radio in Minneapolis, Women Folk. And our guest today, Chastity Brown, is a longtime friend. We've been a big champion of her music for, I think, since you first moved to the Twin Cities, from Tennessee.
Yeah.
And well, it's so good to see your face because I can't remember the last time I've seen it in person. It's been a while.
It's good to see you too.
Yeah, I'm sorry it's under these circumstances, but I want to just check in first and see how you're doing during the quarantine. You look great. Or how are you feeling these days?
That is
maybe we don't have time for that. I don't know.
It's my whole routine is different, and I feel, first of all, really grateful. I have a wonderful community here in Minneapolis and South Minneapolis. It's so surreal when you see a friend from a distance, and the natural thing to do is to hug when you depart. Mm-hmm. So it's like throughout the course of the day, I feel a zillion different things. But ultimately, I just feel like what I was reminded of recently is growing up in the South, and how time is moving right now for us is how time moved growing up, and how time still is for my mom and family are. So I'm just trying to ride that out and remember that I know how to go slow.
I think you're right. There's something that's just changed with the pace of our lives. It's not that we're not busy, but we're not rushing from one place to another. So we're just kind of living a little more in the moment, spending more time at home, baking, all that kind of stuff. Have you found that this is a time that has been fruitful for you creatively, or are you finding that there's kind of too much going on and too much to get acclimated to feel like inspired to write?
What's wild is, like, I have been spending a lot of time on one song. And maybe I usually do that, but something about this time has made me hyper conscious of it. Like, it began 5 weeks ago that I started working on this song that I had found in my voice memos from like a year and a half ago. And I remember after the first week of quarantine, I let go of this like C minor that I was like, this C minor has to be, it was like, it seemed like, okay, throughout a 7-day week, I discovered that C minor was not necessary for this song. And it really felt like an accomplishment. And as you know, it's like, that's like a zillion times of playing it. And so I found myself just spending a lot of time just exploring all the possibilities for this song. And I think normally for me, definitely the past 6 years, I've never been this still. Generally, like, sometime in the winter, I usually have a couple months off, but I always feel like I gotta go in and go hard when I'm working on a song and like try to push it and ask as many questions and all that, all those things. And um, it feels quite interesting to have this time to ask questions of a song and just spend as much time with it as I want.
Mm.
So yeah, it's not rapid creativity. It's just kind of,
It's like a slow cooked meal, kind of.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
I
that's
feel like that's how our lives are right now, right? It's we're all slow cookers right now.
right. Um,
Yeah.
so,
Um,
so cool.
so as you said, you've been busy the last few years touring a lot, nonstop, and releasing lots of great music. You've been touring with the Indigo Girls and Ani DeFranco, and really, as you said, a pretty rigorous schedule. Um, when was the last time that you've like had this much time at home uh, to be
Uh,
present in the cities?
honestly, like, you know, I just cannot remember.
Mm,
And I feel like, you know, my girlfriend had pointed it out. Like in the beginning, I was super stir crazy, and I didn't realize the depths of how this would affect me. Like
mm,
it's my livelihood, yes, but it's also what I do. It's like my my own fiscal routine is constantly in motion. But
mhm,
on the other side, and I miss it a great deal, but there's health and body wise, I'm also thinking it's been years since my body hasn't experienced constant adrenaline.
mm,
At some point on tour, no substance, no coffee,
mhm.
no amount of ginseng will like keep me up or keep me focused. And I have to ask my body, like, I need something of you. And so I feel like my body is like, oh, just,
Yeah.
and I haven't come to a full idea with that, but I was just kind of recognizing like a difference.
Yeah, for sure. We're talking right now with Chastity Brown about how her life and routine has changed during these times of quarantine. And Chastity will be performing this weekend as part of the Land of 10,000 Streams Festival. And she'll be playing on Saturday night at 9:30 p.m. Central Time. You can get to it by landof10kstreams.com. It's sponsored by The Current, and it's featuring a whole host of great Minnesota talent. And this performance opportunity is really cool because it's giving a lot of different people a platform to perform on. As I know you know, because you've done at least, I think you at least did the Shut In and Sing Festival. And
Yeah.
so artists are kind of getting acclimated to this new thing of performing at home when there's dogs in the background or whatever. And
Yes. You can hear
I love it.
the,
As a fan, it's actually kind of interesting to like get to see into people's homes and their lives a little bit more because we're also voyeuristic these days on our screens. Um,
yeah.
but have you been doing a lot of these performances? Are you liking them, or is it just like, I don't know, it's too new, I'm still getting used to it?
I'm definitely getting used to it because it's and before we came on live, I was like fuddling around in my cabinet trying to find the right strings and chords to connect to a computer, and um, it's just such a different type of preparation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm doing this one. I'm doing another one with a venue called Green Note, which I bet you know, in
Mm-hmm.
London.
Yeah.
So I'll be doing that with them in May. Um, I, if it weren't for being a professional artist, I wouldn't be online at all. And it's not, it's just not my first place to go. My first place to go is outside.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm still just adjusting with, I was very limitedly online anyways. And so now that it's like even more a part of how we're staying connected, um, I'm definitely adjusting.
Yeah, for sure. I think we all are too, in terms of how we experience music and seeing shows online where you can like comment and then have the artist talk back. It's just a whole different experience of interaction too with the audience, in terms of having
Yeah,
to keep track of what's going on a screen while performing and, and kind of engaging with people in a totally new way. So it's a brave new world for all of us for
yeah.
sure. And,
I
but I,
will say one little thing with that though is that
And I don't know if we're having a little bit of trouble with Chastity's audio
uh,
right there. Oh, there you are.
yeah,
You're
it
you're there
kicked me
twice.
off.
I love it.
Um, Sorry about that.
This is a perfect example of what we're talking about, though. Actually,
Yes.
so
Um,
while you're getting that set up, I should also mention that uh, Chastity's music is all available online. So a great way to support artists in this time, obviously, is by checking out their live shows and tipping them and doing all that kind of stuff. But another thing you can do is by actually, buying artists' music and their merch and all that good stuff. So chastitybrownmusic.com is her website. And that's a great way to stay connected with Chastity and support her work there as well. And I also know I read that you were looking toward maybe a new release in 2020 on Compass Records, and I know plans might be up in the air now, but is that still sort of the intention to release a new record in this coming year?
I would love that. I mean, I worked on it with Brady Blade, who's like a longtime drummer for like Emmylou Harris and
Mm-hmm.
Dave Matthews, and we recorded it in Sweden. There's just a lot of things about the story of the album and where I've come to creatively that I'm so excited to share. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so, but I struggle with uh, just knowing what's appropriate,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to share new things with people. Um, but I also want to be mindful of the times.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Yeah.
um,
You
you
know,
know,
One interesting thing I've noticed, though, is that fans are more hungry, and I'm including myself in this as a fan, that I'm more hungry to listen to recorded music. Maybe it's because we don't have as much of the concert experience, but I find myself, craving the new music, which is one of the reasons Anthony Ehrig and I started hosting the back catalog listening parties. Like, we just miss listening to music with friends. So we're like, let's
uh,
listen to old records too, not just new ones, but like, let's just listen to albums and talk about them. And in a weird way, I feel like in some ways, even in the midst of all this digital connection, I feel like we're going back to maybe a previous time where like recorded music is going to have a higher value than maybe it has in recent years. And that's something that kind of excites me as a fan, to hear what people are working on. So whenever that album comes out, we'll be really excited to hear it. And I don't know if you're going to be playing any of those new songs at your performance tomorrow night at Land of 10K Streams.
probably.
Yeah,
Wait, what's
excellent.
Thursday or Friday? It's
Friday.
Thursday.
Oh, today's
No,
Thursday. Yeah, you'll be playing on
Saturday.
Saturday. I'm sorry. Yes, Saturday at 9:30 is when Chastity's playing. And do you want to give folks a little taste? Maybe a little song? I see
Yeah.
you at the piano.
Yes. So this is a song actually that was very cool that I performed with the Minnesota Orchestra,
Mm.
and it's a new song that will be on the record called "Like the Sun." How much time do I have? Because I want to make sure that I'm not like
I would just
we're
play
good.
the song. Yep, go for it.
All right. Woke up from a crazy dream last night. You were in my arms, sleeping by my side. You pulled me from a dark, cold place in my mind. This does the warmest thing to find. You're like the sun, you're like the sun, yeah. When we hooked up, the summer's heat was full on. And we back in the city streets, just 'cause I kissed you on the leaves that night. Oh, love, I got home, the sun was coming, love. I will wait for the sun to come up. You're like the sun, you're like the sun, yeah. I will wait for the sun to come up. You're like the sun.
All right, beautiful stuff. That was Chastity Brown performing, giving us a little taste of what you can hear on Saturday night as part of the 10,000 Land of 10,000 Streams Festival. Chastity plays at 9:30 p.m. Central, and she'll play a full set and maybe some new tunes. And you can catch her there, landof10kstreams.com. And really great to catch up with you. And I also want to send a little shout out to some of the folks out there tuned in, Sam and Amanda Grace, one of the other performers from Winona. Hi, Amanda. And Lily says she saw you open for the Indigo Girls at Hoyt, Sherman, and Des Moines, and fell in love with you there. So she says, thanks for sharing your gift. So thanks for tuning in, Lily, and hope you join us this weekend. Again, the festival starts tomorrow, goes through Sunday, and I'll be performing as well, and a lot of other great artists. And I'm really excited to see your set tomorrow. I keep saying tomorrow. I keep living in the future. Saturday night, you'll be performing 9:30, and yeah, great to see you. And I hope we get to see each other in person, and we can enjoy one of those hugs we were talking about earlier.
That would be rad. That would be so rad.
Well, thanks again. Again, tune in this weekend for the Land of 10,000 Streams Festival, landof10k streams.com. And we'll see you all there. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ellen. Bye.
Bye.